I have created a new fake team here on my iPad, and I've named the team Fake Team for iPads. And one of the first things you're going to need to do is you're going to need to open up your class notebook. So I'm going to click on Class Notebook, and it says set up a OneNote class notebook. I'm going to go ahead and set up a blank notebook because this will be the first time I'm using it. And then one of the things it'll tell you is that all the different features that come within your notebook. All right, so collaboration space, content library, teacher-only section, and also all of the student notebooks in the class. I'm going to go ahead and click Next. Each of these are the tabs that the students will receive inside their notebook. You can keep those as is. These are just kind of standard. It just comes standard within the notebook. If you want to get rid of any of them, you can. If you don't like quizzes in there, you want to either just go with like classwork. I can do that. Or I can add new sections, but you can always do this all later. I'm going to go ahead and hit create. So what it's doing right now is it's going to create a class notebook for every single student in the class and also the teacher. All right. So in essence, what it's doing is it's making a three-ring digital notebook for every single student. And it's passing out all those sections that I just had, the classwork, the homework, and the quizzes, and all that kind of stuff. Now, once the notebook has been officially activated inside your class, you'll notice that the whole workspace for the notebook will be here, and it will come with some pre-slugged pages for you, like a welcome page, welcome to class notebook. It explains a little bit about what you want. If you want to see the entire notebook, this little book stack's right here. If I click on that book stack, this will now show you basically my tabs, all right, or they call them sections in OneNote. So this is my welcome section or my welcome tab. And then over here, these are the pages. These are the titles of each of the pages. So the first titles I got is welcome to the class notebook. And then this is the actual page and the actual material that's on that actual page. If I go to this page right here, FAQ, it'll see that, I got brand new material all throughout here. And again, it's just it comes standard every single time you create a notebook in every single team. All right. Now, these little arrows that are here, these are really more teacher type things. It gives you a collaboration space with a new tab inside of there, and it explains what the collaboration space is all about. I'm going to close that little expandable tab. I'm going to next go into my content library. I have a new tab in there. It says using the content library. And the content library in a notebook is generally like material that you constantly refer to throughout the year. Just general resource material like a number line and maps and reference tables and those kinds of things. All right, so students will get that. The students will get the collaboration space, but the students will not get this next section called the teacher-only space. I call this space the staging area. This is where you might want to start building up your different tabs per unit. And again, it comes with a pre-slugged tab here for you called using the teacher notebook or teacher-only section group, and it explains a little bit about what that is. All right, but I can keep adding more and more tabs inside of this teacher-only space. Maybe I want to do it. Maybe I'll have a tab for art. Maybe I'll have a tab for English. Maybe I'll have a tab for science, which is the most important subject of the school day. And then inside each of those tabs, I'll have Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4, and so on and so forth, okay? So that's my teacher-only space. And then you'll notice here that I have a student in my class. I put one student in the class. His name is Scooby-Doo. And if I had more than one student, if I had Fred Jones, if I had Velma, if I had Iron Man, Captain America, whatever else, I would see a list of every single one of my students inside of this notebook. So basically, what this notebook then becomes is a master notebook for the teacher, in that it's got my content, it's got content library of resource material, and also a collaboration space that I can open up for all the students in the class to collaborate on a table. Say you're doing a science experiment and you have a graph or you have a data table, you want all the students to add into the data table. You can include that on this collaboration space. All right, but if I wanted to just look into Scooby-Doo's folder, I can click on Scooby-Doo, click on his little drop arrow over here, expandable tab, and you'll notice that here are the three sections that I created when I was first creating the notebook. I have a classwork, I have homework, and I have handouts. All right, and you'll notice that once I click on them, I've activated each of those two. They'll change the different colors. You can always, right-click on it or do a double-click on it and go down to section color if you wanted to. Okay, I can come down to section color and I can recolor each of their tabs. If I really wanted to get super creative, I could do that. All right, so the notebook is now activated in the class, and now as the teacher, now I'm ready to assign assignments, assign classwork. But what I want to do is I want to always make sure that I assign the classwork and assign it through the notebook. This will then give you the ability to activate the writing utensils, the writing tools right there on the screen if you put a PDF in there. And then the other nice thing about this is once the students turn in their work and the teacher grades it and gives them feedback, The student then has a permanent copy of their work. So this in essence becomes a digital portfolio for the entire school year. Versus if you give a regular assignment will go out to the students, they do it, they submit it, and that's it. There's no, the only way to go back and see that assignment again is to actually go into the assignments, find it on a list of assignments that you're given throughout the year, and that can be a bit cumbersome. This way, if you assign something within the notebook, they'll know exactly what tab to look into. If it was a classwork, if it was a handout, you might be able to make new sections in the student notebooks where you can call it science and math and whatever else. Then they can go to those sections in their notebooks and see see their old work. Now that we have a little background on the classroom notebook and how to enact it and how to engage it inside of our teams, what we want to do now is we want to start setting up that notebook so that I can start sending off assignments to students. And in order for that to take place, I have to set up my teacher-only space first. So I'm going to head it back into my fake team for iPads. I'm going to head into my class notebook. All right. Class notebook is going to open. Once again, this is the active page that's open. If I click on this little book stack right here, it shows the entire notebook, starting from my tabs to my pages to what's on the actual page itself. All right. So again, it always comes with these standard pages, but I'm going to head into my teacher only space right here. And you'll notice that I already have a tab called using the teacher only space or only section in the group. Again, these are pages that come defaulted that Microsoft automatically puts out, but I'm going to make a new section inside of that. So I'm going to hit add section and I'm going to call this classwork. Okay. If you want, you can make another section. We can call it, EN or EA. We can call it English. We can make another one. We'll call it science, the most important subject, as a former science teacher, and so on and so forth. So I can build all these tabs out, or I can go Unit 1, Unit 2, whatever it is. But basically, I'm working in the teacher-only space because this is what I call the staging area. And this is a section of the notebook that the students have no access to whatsoever. So you can really start building this section out and start putting items in there that you're going to have the kids to do maybe next week, maybe tomorrow, maybe next month. All right, so I'm going to actually head into the classwork section right here, and you'll notice that I have no pages. I have an untitled page in here first. So I already have a page in mind that I'm going to send off to the kids, say it's around Thanksgiving time, and I'm going to send off a page called Turkey to my students. I'm going to click down on the workspace, and right now all I'm sending them is just a blank sheet of paper right now, but I want to actually insert a picture from this device of a turkey that I already found online somewhere. So I'm going to hit this little turkey guy right here, and I'm going to hit done. So it drops my picture of my turkey, but that's a really, really small turkey. All right, so I'm going to get to this turkey again. I'm going to find the little lower button right here. All right, so now I've enlarged my turkey. And right now it's just an image that's sitting on a piece of paper. So what I want to also do so that the kids don't move that image around, like say if they're going to use the writing tools, maybe the palm of their hand might grab that turkey on accident and slide it around a little bit. So I'm actually going to click on this one time. I'm going to right click or use a double button tap on my iPad, and I'm going to actually set that picture as a background. So now this picture of this turkey is locked in there. I can't move it. I can't resize it. Even if I'm a student, I can't do any of that. All right, so now my page is ready. Now that we have an understanding of the notebook and we started developing some tabs inside of our notebook, now we're ready to actually start utilizing the notebook and starting to create some assignments with it. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually head up into assignments. All right, so once again, I'm in my fake team for iPad. I'm going to click on assignments. And it's going to say no upcoming assignments right now because I haven't made any yet. So I'm going to hit this little plus in the lower corner and I'm going to click new assignment. So what it's going to do next is it's going to create all these little fields right here. I'm going to give this a title of this assignment. I'm going to call it turkey color. All right. I'm going to give them some directions like, I don't know, using the draw tools. Please color the turkey. Okay. So now I got my assignment title, my directions. Now I'm going to move down to here to either attach or plus new. All right, there's two different things kind of going on right here. If I have something already in mind that I already have pre-made, I found like that picture of the turkey like I did ahead of time, I'm going to actually use the attach button. All right, and then I'm going to go attach class notebook. Now what this is going to do is it's actually going to go into my class notebook. Here are the sections of the teacher notebook. I'm going to go into my teacher only space. And you'll notice that that one tab that I made up called classwork is sitting there. Once I click on classwork, I'm going to find the Turkey page that I made, so I'm going to click on Turkey. All right, it's going to give me a quick page preview right here, which looks good, so I'm going to click Next. Now, choose the destination for this page. Basically, where is this page going to land inside the student notebook? All right, so yes, they're getting it as an assignment, but once they've completed the assignment and submitted it, where do you want this to stay as a form of like digital portfolio? Well, I have a section in the student notebook called classwork. I might have a section in the student notebook called science, math, English, social studies, whatever else it might be. But right now, I'm just going to, for demonstration purposes, I'm going to leave it in the classwork folder, and I'm going to hit attach. Now it says, students edit their own copy. If I don't want that, I can change that little setting, but I want them to edit their own copy. I want them to actually color it. So in these remaining fields up here, I'm going to set up like, when is the due date for it? It usually gives them a week. What time do you want it? Where is it going? It's going to the entire class, the Fake Team for iPads class, all the current students. And then how many points do I want to give them? Say I want to give them 5 points on this thing. If I want to add a tag, I could. And I can use a reflect if I want to. But again, for demonstration purposes, I'm not going to leave that off. Now, the moment I hit assign, all the students inside of their team is going to get a notification that the assignment is sitting there ready for them to do. But before I do that, I'm going to come over here to what says Student View. I'm going to click on Student View. So this is actually how the students will see it once they open up their team and they go to this assignment. So it says, using the draw tools, please color the turkey. I might want to put my directions a little clear. Maybe I want to say, click on the purple turkey icon lower here, and let's see what it looks like. So I'm going to click on that turkey. It's going to open up a OneNote notebook, and this is going to be the student notebook. And this is the page that it looks like in front of them right now. So it goes right to their notebook, classwork, turkey. Here's the turkey. I got it all here ready to go. So now I'm just going to come up here to my draw tools. I'm going to pick up my pen, and I'm going to start off with red. And I'll use my finger on my little iPad right here, and I'm going to color all those, or I can use my mouse. I can color in that swirl. As we all know, you can change the color and the size of your markers to all you want. But again, for the interest of time, I'm just kind of getting through here and showing off my absolutely horrible artistic techniques as a former science teacher. Okay. All right. So that looks all pretty good. I'm pretty good with that. So now I'm going to actually come up here and go back to my team. So this looks pretty good as a student view of it. I'm going to click this back arrow. Now that I know this is all good to go, I'm going to go ahead and assign, or I can hit this little drop arrow and I can assign it later or schedule when it's going to go out, but I'm just going to hit assign. Okay. Now, as the teacher, you'll notice that the turkey color assignment is sitting out there. And as the student, they will come into their fake team. They're going to see their little backpack of assignments is going to be right over here inside what I call the hallway of teams. So this little assignment button is going to show up. There's going to be a notification on that. They can click on that assignments, and then they can come into turkey color, and then they can go ahead and color their own turkey. I can see that Scooby-Doo has not turned it in yet, but it's out there waiting for him to go ahead and start coloring his turkey. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed my little video.